Let's go to the next call. Hello, this is RJ. Are you there? Are you there? Okay, we're going to dump him? Okay, we dump him. See, in other words, if someone wants to say something, you're wasting your time, our time, because if you won't get on the air. We're on delay tape. But for the people that run the internet, they don't know what that is. They haven't been educated. They're still playing in their little sandboxes. All right, let me get back to the things that are more at hand. I have so much to talk about. Hold your phone calls off. Next weekend, the whole weekend, we will be at the Clarion Hotel, honey?
That's correct.
In Atlantic City. Thanks to Donna Boyle and, what is it called?
Disco America.
Disco America. She was one of the original Denny Terrio dancers on the old show, if you remember Dance Fever. You got to be old to remember that. That's over 10, 15 years ago. Even during the time when the RJ show was on television here at Channel 29. So thank you, Donna Boyle, for having us there. We will be there on Friday and Saturday. That's why I say, if I'm not here live next week, we're going to give you a treat. We'll give you a treat of maybe old disco next week, and then I'll return with the talk show the following week. And you'll hear what we do on Friday night on the other station. But we may be here anyway, if we can fly back and forth as crazy as we're doing it today. One other thing I want to talk about that bothers me. So many people don't believe that so many people were pushed and shoved off the air, and I want them to come back on the air. I've invited Dean Tyler to return to the air with me anytime he wants. It's an open invitation. Pat Delsey called on our first show. He is welcome. I spoke Joe Pellegrino, one of the greatest sportsmen in the whole wide world. I've invited him to be with us. Wally Kennedy, he's coming back, I believe, to KYW. I've invited him. When he can get it into his schedule, he'll be joining RJ. So we're going to have a lot of great people. Bob Hamilton is coming in to visit some of his grandparents in the Doylestown area, and he's going to be on our show. Bob Hamilton's a great program director in, believe it or not, Miami, but he's vacationing the lucky dog in Hollywood, California. He called us 2 weeks ago. Another guy that's going to be coming in, I'm going to drag him in. Joey Reynolds, who was with me for many, many years. And Joey's a wonderful man. He was managed by the love of my life, the producer of American Bandstand, Tony Mamarella, who has passed away now over 20 years. He taught me everything I knew about television and radio. And he managed, believe it or not, towards the end, he managed Joey Reynolds' career. So Joey's coming in, hopefully, from WOR. We have so many guests planned that you haven't heard about, and all these people that are going to have these little schmucks come on the air and have guests. They call them guests. They're not guests. These are young people that want to be on the air and talk about nonsense. We're not going to talk about nonsense. We're not going to talk about sex. We're not going to try to be an imitation, a cheap imitation of Howard Stern. We're going to get the audience like we got last week by being honest. We had Cal Rudman here. We had Irv Homer here, the #1 radio man for years, Irv Homer, with little old RJ. You know, everybody said, you know, we only thought you really can play disco and Motown. We never knew you talked. I had a talk station here in Philadelphia, low power, Channel 7 on top of the Mellon building. Not everybody was able to receive it, but those of you who did, remember it. Jerry Wilkinson, the president of the Broadcast Pioneers, he was an avid fan. Alan Constantine, every day he listened and watched the show. It was a talk show on television. J.R. Miller, our web thriller. This guy is taping the RJ show right now. We're going to be on some stations around the country. And we're going to go to this one, Alan in Northeast. Okay, Alan, go ahead. You're on the air, baby. Go ahead.